What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video. Today is Monday, August 23rd, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. As I do every Monday, my friends, today I'd like to take some time and answer some of the questions you've sent the channel in regards to your gameplay, and also talk about the leagues or global events that we can expect this week. Now, as always, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family, and if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for an Xbox Series S, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year, and once again, to clarify, you do not need to join as a member to enter for the giveaway. We do have monthly prizes for membership. However, for the Xbox, again, you only need to subscribe or follow on Twitter. With that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, you can see here, my friends, we are winding down on the Seasonal 6 replay. We have the Belfry League that is currently going on now. It ran last week, it goes into this week, and your progress does transfer over. And we also have the new global event, well, not new, but you know what I mean. We have the global event Guardians that begins tomorrow as well. As you've heard me say before, the global events are a great time to earn some really good loot in the game because you can collect stars, buy caches, all of those good things. However, the last one that was going on was Polarity Switch. I wasn't the biggest fan, didn't play it that much, but this one I will definitely be jumping into. Now, in regards to the global event, many of you have reached out to the channel asking me to put together a video specifically on how to farm for XP during the event itself so you can really gain those stars quickly. I will definitely have that out for you within the next day or so. Another question a lot of you have been asking is, when does the season actually end? We know it's a seasonal replay. We know they're going to replay Season 4 after this one, but does this mean that Season 4 will start, next week? At this point, we don't have any specifics, but as soon as I have that info, I will pass it along. My suggestion is this, and I've mentioned this over the last few weeks. If you are somewhere in the seasonal reward track, you're trying to get a certain item or weapon or piece of gear, whatever it may be, farm like crazy over this week. All of these things are in the general loot pool, but with this game, if it's something guaranteed in a reward track, you definitely want to get it. Now, switching gears real quick, I'd like to talk about Gamescom, which comes out this week. And I'm sincerely hoping, as I know a lot of us are, that the game will actually give us some information in regards to things we can expect from Heartland or just any new Division 2 content. I mean, we're all just honestly waiting for something new to happen. Now, I will definitely be live streaming this event. I'll let you know the details as soon as I have them. Now, in regards to Ubisoft and the Division universe at Gamescom, here's what we know so far. We know for a fact that Ubisoft is going to be there and that they're known for some lengthy reveals at this event. We also know that E3, they did the whole thing on Avatar, and they did a huge thing on, Riders Republic, things like that. I don't think they're going to be going over more details in regards to, X-Defiant. They may be, but I really think that we should be getting something in regards to Heartland at this event. Now, of course, I'm basing that on pure speculation. There's no fact behind that. I'm looking at the timeline of when they did that closed test and when they said that some new content for the universe may be coming out around this time. My hope is that they talk about, beta testing, things like that. But again, we will all find out hopefully this week. And as we move on, to be totally fair, the game let us know at the beginning of the year of a few things. That they weren't going to be talking about anything, that once things were ready, they were going to let us know at that point. I mean, Yannick put out a tweet about 4 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more, saying they're saying nothing until they have specific dates because they don't want to lead us in the wrong direction. And while that is not the information obviously we want to hear something in regards to a new, updated timeline, things like that. I would much rather hear nothing and not be disappointed at this point than hear something, have it changed 3 or 4 times. So again, I do understand where they're coming from. Now, keep in mind, as I say that, I also believe that the communication should be better between the fan base and the actual game itself. I also understand that a lot of people are under NDAs. They can't talk about things. So again, my friends, I really hope we hear something this week. Now moving on to some of the feedback that you've sent the channel over the last week, and there are really two topics that kind of top the list as far as things that a lot of you have been dealing with. The first of which has to do with when you're in a group that some players seem to get disconnected pretty much on a regular basis. So to be clear, this is not you're playing the game and you're actually being disconnected, but what you're noticing is that pretty much every time you're in a group of, let's say, even if it's 1, 2, or sometimes even a full group, at least one of them is disconnected at one point, so a lot of people are still dealing with Delta errors, Bravo errors, things like that. Now, unfortunately, this is one of those instances where we need more support from the game in regards to those fixes. Now, we know that when they talked about the new content coming out at the beginning of the year, they also mentioned the fact that they would be continuing to do quality of life improvements in the game from, bug fixes, errors, things like that. And I think that's one of the things that we want to hear more about, because for a lot of players, I haven't seen a lot of things that they really hope they would. Now, as I'm sure most of you know by now, one of the main reasons I put this channel together was to try to help out gamers in any way I can. So if you're having issues in the game, you're not getting a response, whatever it may be, please let me know in the comments section down below, and I will try to answer your questions and see if I can help in any way. Finally, my friends, I'd like to talk about loot quality in the game in regards to farming, and this is really for players who want to make that jump from challenging to heroic, especially if you're playing on your own. Now, as we all know at this point, it's all luck, it's all RNG sometimes. You're going to have good sessions and bad sessions, all that stuff. However, in my opinion, and I've said this before, the best way to get quality loot in this game is heroic, use matchmaking, and let people know exactly what you're looking for. As most of you know, one of my favorite aspects about this game is the community that surrounds it. So once again, let other players know what you're looking for, especially when you see players with a high shade level. Chances are whatever you're looking for, they already have it, so they will definitely or more likely be willing to share than not. This also brings me to once again bring up the point, and this is for new and returning players, at the end of the mission, stick around to see if anyone drops anything they do not want, because that is another way you can get some really good loot in the game, because once again, a lot of these players have been playing for a minute, many things that they get they no longer need. And as I start to wrap this video up, I guess the final thing I want to mention today is, look, and you've heard me say this a lot as well, a lot of the stuff you've heard me say numerous times, is that I love this game. I love playing this game. I play it on a daily basis, and I know most of you that are still watching Division content love this game as well, and you're still playing it. However, having said that, we also know that the game is at a very slow point, because we're in that gray area of, what we already know about the game, which has been the same for the last 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, whatever it may be, and what we can expect in the future. And as I said earlier, my friends, I really hope we get some news this week. As always, I'd like to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support, especially during the slow time. I mean, we cracked 18,000 subs yesterday, so the fact that you're still here watching this content and more importantly, being a part of this family really means the world. Most of you that have been at this channel for a while, you know that The Division is pretty much the primary game I cover at this channel. However, starting tonight, I will be covering Aliens Fireteam Elite. Hopefully it's a good game as well. I mean, and look, nothing's The Division. We know that, you guys. That's what makes this game so great. But I will be trying out something new tonight, so if you feel like swinging by, would love to see you. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Shot and I'm pulled. There's no hiding from us. It's on me.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think close to tunnel smart? Fuck you!
Fuck.
head back up. The team from the campus has taken position in...